I have spent more than 20 years sitting in on consultations with estheticians, nurses, and dermatologists. And what I have learned is this: the practitioners who get the best long-term results are not the ones with the most devices or the biggest product shelves. They're the ones with systems. They've removed guesswork from the consultation. So today I want to walk you through the 5 most common consultation mistakes that I see. Mistakes that quietly costs results, consistency, and client confidence. And more importantly, I'll show you how to systemize your way out of them. These 5 mistakes tend to show up together. They are asking the wrong questions, over-relying on what you see, not documenting the true baseline, and treating skin in isolation, and not having a repeatable consultation framework. You don't need to fix all of these at once, but once you recognize where these show up in your consultations, everything will start to shift. Let's start with the first one: asking the wrong questions. Most consultations will start with things like, or questions like, what's your skin type? Is your skin sensitive? What's your main concern? Now, these questions help us label the skin, but they don't help us understand why the skin behaves the way that it does to begin with. Labels describe what we see. Symptoms explain what's happening, and when you shift from labels to systems, you start looking for the skin barrier status, inflammatory load, triggers, and patterns over time, and that is where clarity comes from. In the end, this leads directly into mistake number 2. Over-relying on visual assessment. Magnifying lamps are useful, but they only show you what's visible. They don't tell you how the skin is functioning. If you jump straight from what you see into recommendations, misinterpretations is almost guaranteed. And this is why visual assessment always needs to be paired with functional assessment, especially palpation. Here is where things usually start to click and play. Mistake number 3 is not documenting a true baseline. Without a baseline, you can't prove progress. And when progress takes time, which it often does, clients start to doubt the process. A baseline isn't just photos, it's context, it's functional findings. It is what the skin feels like, not just what it looked like. And it is the client's own language about their experience. Without that, progress becomes subjective and treatment recommendations turns into guesswork. This is also where trust is built. And mistake number 4 is treating the skin in isolation. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. It reflects cumulative load, stress, sleep disruption, repeated irritation, climate, lifestyle, and overtreatment. This doesn't mean we diagnose systemic disease. It means that we recognize contributors within our scope and stop chasing symptoms. When you shift from what product do I need to what is driving this pattern, you move from short-term fixing to long-term stability. And this brings us back to the most important mistake of all. Mistake number 5 is not having a repeatable consultation framework. Now, the strongest practitioners that I know don't rely on memory or intuition alone. They follow a framework, not because they're rigid, but because they're thorough. A framework ensures that every client gets the same level of assessment and every single time they get it, no matter how complex the case or how busy the day. This is what turns consultations into clinical tools instead of casual conversations. And here is what that framework really gives you. Consistency is what builds confidence for you and for your client. When clients experience a structured, thoughtful assessment every single time, they trust the process. And when you follow the same system consistently, you catch what others miss. This isn't about memorizing steps. It is about internalizing a way of thinking that elevates every consultation from transactional into transformational. Here is your takeaway. If you want clinical precision, you need a clinical process. Stop guessing, stop labeling, start systemizing. Your consultation framework is your clinical signature. So make it sharp, make it consistent, and make it count. If this way of thinking resonates with you, this is exactly what we teach inside the Professional Skin Assessment Mastery. Now, it's not just skin science, but how to think clinically and build systems that deliver consistent outcomes for you and your clients. You will find a link in the details in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.